All right, everybody, Babooni here. We're going to do a deck tech today about Nativity Ashkelon. So basically, a couple days ago, Bingaling posted on Discord the idea of using Concealed Riches with Ashkelon combo. And the idea is if you use Concealed Riches and put your Ashkelon combo in the reserve, you can try to go off on turn 2. And that way you don't have a lot of dead cards in your main deck. So here's Concealed Riches. You may discard this card. If you do, shuffle all cards from reserve or exchange up to X cards from hand with an equal number of cards from reserve, where X is the number of cards in your discard pile. And so the idea is you fill up X to like 4 or 5, activate this, go to your reserve, grab Ashkelon, and play it as a site, play Golgotha as a site, put the cross on Golgotha so they can't play dominance, put down your Alexandrian ship, and then activate Delivered. And Delivered can go and get stocks, which captures an OT human, and you put the OT human in the site, and then you put the OT human in the Alexandrian ship, and you put it back in Ashkelon, and you do this 4 times, and you make the opponent discard 4 cards from their hand. And if they have hand protection, you can grab the Satan seat too. So this requires to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 cards in hand to exchange with your Concealed Riches. It involves you to have stocks in your deck or captured aliens in your territory, and also involves drawing Concealed Riches. So that's kind of the idea. Originally, the first draft of the deck was using Patriarchs. In Patriarchs, there's a lot of better ways to capture your own heroes, like Joseph's Silver Cup. You can discard this to capture your Son of Jacob to land of bondage. So when you pair that with capturing your Joseph or your Judah, that's one way to get a captured hero. Genesis decks also have access to this territory class enhancement. So if you play this, you can capture a Genesis hero to a player. So you can capture your Genesis hero to yourself, which is nice. And so you can grab this out of your reserve with Storehouse or Concealed Riches. So this is the first draft of the deck. I had a little bit better ways to capture characters, but I just don't really like the Patriarchs offense. Like the attacks don't feel that great. The best you can do is put a bunch of Patriarchs into play, draw some cards, and but if people have ways to interrupt your banding, or if they have Goliath or anything, it just feels really bad. I mean, this deck does have outs to Goliath, where you can go you can go Abraham, band to Jacob, band to Abimelech, and then give your stuff protection so that Goliath can't push your guys out of battle. So I mean, I feel like this version of the deck has some stuff going for it. It's worth testing out for sure. And then we're pairing that with the Philistine defense here. Pagan Sailors making the cut. Because you can, if you have a stocks face down, you block with your Pagan Sailors, you can activate your stocks and capture somebody. But anyways, let's go back to the version I was using in the Lackey Grand Prix here. I just cooked this up today. I've been working on the Ashkelon Patriarch deck for about 3 days now. Ever since Bingaling posted something. Been doing some gold fishing. And I was like, okay, the Patriarchs one is okay, but then I was messaging Augur the Wise, and I'm like, what if I just tried to put the Concealed Riches Ashkelon combo in a different deck? And so I'd like Nativity, because Nativity is great about drawing cards and getting stuff from the reserve. And in order for this combo to go off, it's really good to have, a lot of cards in your hand when you're trying to whittle them down to nothing with your Ashkelon combo. And so Nativity is really good about replacing itself with each card it plays. Like Zephaniah will net you 2 cards, Joseph will get you another card. And the turn you go off, if you dump a bunch of your offense into your reserve, you have ways to get it back with Bessem Stable and Good Seed. So because of how much access to the reserve Nativity has, it's a good combination to go with your Concealed Riches, so you can kind of get some of that stuff back, your initial investment back. And also, Nativity plays enough characters to play Delivered, like Gabriel, Simeon, Zechariah can run Delivered, and in the reserve we have John. And I also like how John synergizes with Ashkelon, because once you have the combo online, they're really incentivized to keep cards out of their hand. And so if everything's out of their hand, you play John, paralyze their entire territory, and you still can get in and get some free souls that way. And John can run Delivered too. Mary's also good at punishing people who are playing stuff down, and so is Stocks. To complement our strategy of trying to get stuff out of the opponent's hand, we're using 20 shekels. So some games, 20 shekels can win by itself if you pair that with Mary or John. this deck's really trying to get that explosive turn 1 nativity start with getting a resurrection revealer attacking, and then getting maybe the resurrection and banning a bunch of heroes into play to draw a bunch of cards. And once you do that, that's pretty nice. Hopefully you'll draw your concealed riches. So things that I had noticed about the deck, so not really a lot of ways to capture people, and this requires you to capture one of your own Philistines if they don't have an OT human. Oh my gosh. Somebody's blowing up my my Steam messages. So that could be an issue if they get rid of your stocks, or and aliens isn't that good of a card, but I feel like it's nice to kind of maybe turn 1 have the option to go deceiver, block with aliens, add another Philistine to battle. But maybe this can get cut for something else. Like maybe it's just better to play the Go into Captivity. But I don't want to play Go into Captivity, the curse, because it only captures heroes, and none of my heroes are Old Testament except Moses. Moses is in here because you want to try and really maximize your turn 1 with this deck. And also being able to shuffle stocks back into your deck when you play Star Bethlehem or you draw Moses. It's pretty nice. We got your Star Bethlehem package. I thought about doing the Magnifying Multitudes and Chamber of Angels combo in here too, but I just ran out of room. Maybe there's a room for that. Also, I'm not 100% sold on the defense, but it does block really well sometimes. Goliath is such a powerhouse, and being able to get him back a couple times is nice. Having your pagan sailors being activate stocks is great too. Herdsman is great at drawing cards. Bringing fear is really good enhancement. So yeah, that's the deck tech. We'll be doing some gameplay soon, but just want to keep this video really short and simple. Let you guys know what I've been working on. See you next time.